No, I agree.
Okay.
I agree
Now,
where you're
so
coming
if we
from.
can take that pedestal
that
and
pedestal.
understand that Mr. Trump confessed. I mean, we heard
Confess to
him
what?
say, well, he said that you can grab it anytime you want to if you're rich
Well,
and famous.
okay. Well, let's stop right there.
Bill Cosby.
But Wallace, let's stop right there because I am a woman, and I have to tell. See now, you have a woman. Excuse me, I'm Tammy Martin Riles here to rile things up, and that's what I have to do. But here's the deal, because see, I'm a straight shooter, and I got to come to you. Whether or not Bill Cosby went out and grabbed somebody, and whether or not our president went out and grabbed someone, the difference, and let's be crystal clear,
Please.
One is that I can't slap your hand back if you was Bill Cosby. Now, see, I can't talk back to you, and I can't slap your hand back because right now I'm incapacitated. I can't do anything.
Well, maybe you could have. Well, it would have been impractical to slap my hand away during those drug-infested days.
But come on, let's be real.
Because everybody wanted some cocaine. Everybody wanted a little slowdown. You know, everybody wanted.
But that's saying
hold on.
I asked for it.
Everybody wanted to hang around the movie stars. Now, one of the things I heard a gentleman say this morning, who is the biggest pimp in Nevada, I say that because he owns the brothels and he's running for Congress. And he's also got the endorsement of the evangelicals of the area because they say PG and is okay as long as you are willing to go in and vote to build a wall, stop people from coming here, vote to not have any health care, vote for your passions and ignore the compassionate aspect. Now, I'm saying all of that again to say I'm confused about the morality that we are exhibiting in our actions while we talk so well about getting along and caring about other people. And I take it back again. As you stated, apparently Bill Cosby was incapacitating women prior to his assault.
Yes.
Okay, and I understand. Now let me show you another level of incapacitation.
Yeah.
Power, richness, white mannish.
Yes.
And that's what Trump spoke on. His drug was, I'm here. I got money, and I'm aggressive, and y'all are second story. I'm first story.
Yes.
I'm passion. Have no compassion. Now, I ain't saying this right. Matter of fact, I'm saying I don't understand it.
You don't understand which part? Which part you don't understand?
I don't understand how we, after going through the civil rights movement, going through the understanding of how wrong that was, having sympathy and empathy for the genocide of the Jews, understanding the plight of people all over the world who are being hungry, being pushed around, and we say we care.
Okay. And so, and you're tying that in with what, Mr. Wallace?
I'm tying that in with the difference between passion and compassion. We allow our president's passion to express itself as a means of identifying with what we really care about. The women who say they're upset and concerned about what Bill Cosby did are okay not only with what Trump did, but they're able to take Mr. PG Trump and take his endorsement. His endorsement, this man's...
Well, what makes you think, but wait a minute.
I have great experience in the world. I understand who's a great man, and Kavanaugh's a great man. I would not want Mr. Trump's endorsement on my manhood and how I treat women because he is not the one. I do not want to be identified. And I'm wondering if Mr. Kavanaugh accepts that, if he says, well, yeah, Trump is, we are. I'm not concerned so much about what he did.
Who?
Bill Cosby, the president, and Mr. Kavanaugh. I'm concerned about how they responded when it was brought to their attention what they did.
Yes.
It was 30, 40 years ago for everybody.
Yeah.
30, 40 years ago. Times have changed. We're able to hear people say, well, speaking of Mr. Kavanaugh, I'm hearing white women, in particular, say that times have changed. This man has gone through some metamorphosis. He is now more responsible and concerned about what's going on with other people. And his 17-year-old acts should not prevent him from taking charge of being a justice or a judge. Well, that's the same period of time Bill Cosby's gone through. Same period of time the president's gone through. I haven't heard any of them simply say, you know, those are funny times and different times and not times that I necessarily would expect for women to love and want to go back to, because women were treated basically like slaves during that time. Women still don't get paid the kind of money men get paid for the same job. Women still are not given the kind of respect as individuals that men are given. And so we are still climbing out of that pit of ignorance. And accept my apology for being as deep in the pit as I was at the time that I did do these things, and I'm ashamed of myself. Bill Cosby has a daughter.
Yes.
His change should be demonstrated in terms of how he treats his daughter. And having had a daughter, understand more about, hey, some of the things that I did, if somebody did that to my daughter, I'd want them to, I really was wrong.
Yeah. But you're saying a lot. So what's the bottom line that you want people to hear today? Give me that one sentence, Waller. What are you wanting people to react to?
That when I catch you in a lie, I can only expect and wonder how many I missed you in and how many more you're planning to give me. So here's the point. Tell me the truth.
Okay.
Mr. Cosby, tell the truth. Yeah, I did that, and it was a drug-infested thing. I shouldn't have done it. I knew I was wrong. That's why I paid some of the women off who came to me. Now, some of them came to me, and I know they was the ones with the drugs. They were the ones that brought me the drug. I took the drug, took advantage of them, but...
They brought the drug, you them?
I will bet you.
I don't know about that.
I don't either. That's why I said I bet you, but I do know the time.
No.
I do know the time.
Here's the deal. You're talking to a woman. I don't know any woman that wants to be incapacitated in order for a man to do something to them. I just don't know one.
Do you like cocaine?
No, I don't.
Do you like heroin?
No, I don't.
Do you like methamphetamine?
I don't like any drugs. I'm a clean vegan.
And you would not have exposed yourself to...
No.
Hold on.
Exposure is different.
You wouldn't go to a party
if I do
where you know everybody's snorting cocaine.
Wait a minute, Wallace.
Everybody's looking at you.
Let's keep a clear sentence here.
It is a clear sentence.
No, it's not.
Okay, I'm
because
sorry. Go ahead.
my drug of choice is my drug of choice, and my willing to do a drug of choice is a different thing than somebody slipping something on me that takes my whole body function away, and then they know that it's taken away, and they know they're taking advantage of me.
I agree. And what I'm simply saying is, Tammy, you are not a woman that is sitting in the Playboy Club in 1963, 1964.
But we're talking about 2018.
Either as the daughter or the mother who brings the daughter to a place where men have written about their exploits and desire to be served by women, not to serve women, not to demonstrate compassion, but to release their passions. Yeah. This is all they talked about.
And that women get paid for, and women give up their bodies to do it. It's legal. In some cities.
That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. Is what you're talking about. I'm talking about forced labor, unpaid labor. I'm talking about people looking forward to power and letting power be the thing that drives them as the movement to be accepted by a powerful person.
Well,
now
listen.
Have we ever heard of the casting couch?
Yeah, we've heard, and that's why a lot of people are
in trouble now.
Yes, they're in trouble now.
They're only in trouble now because they didn't get in trouble then, and they didn't get in trouble then because the times were that I'm a white man, I am in charge, and you want to get any favor from me, you're gonna do what I tell you to do.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't make that up. That was the mirror of the times, and I'm not saying that it's right.
So how do we correct it?
Let me go back again. Slavery took place.
Yes.
And just because I acknowledge slavery took place does not suggest that I think it was cool or good, right?
Yeah.
So I'm simply suggesting
that
sex slavery is not something that takes place just as pimps as our friend Terry Boykin says, pimps are out to take your daughters, and you need to take care of them. I think that's an easy statement. A man with a daughter pretty much wants to take care of and keep her sex.
Let's do this, Wallace, because this is hot and heavy. You know, this is KCAA Radio where Empire Talks Back. But wait a minute. Can we tell them, because a lot of people are chiming in, and I think they need to call in. Can I give them the number? Because I think, Wallace, you need to hear. Wallace, y'all look.
I did say I'm confused.
Local call-in line, you guys. Wallace,
answers.
909-792-5222, because Wallace wants you to call in. Now, if you're not local, it is 888-909-1050. Let me repeat those again, because, Wallace, we need to bring the community and the nation into this call. Why don't Mr. Trump call?
Is it
909-792-5222. If you're not local, 888-909-1050. And I will post it on my Facebook Live. Go ahead, Wallace.
We need to take a break. I'm sure
Yes.
I passed through a break. Let's
Call on in, y'all. Let me type this through.
You guys call
'Cause
in.
it's getting
I want
hot
to
and
remind
heavy
you
up
that
in here.
I always have a point and a purpose
Yes,
for
you
whatever
do.
my rant is.
I love it.
And the end of this rant is going to be, man, you better be registered
better
to vote,
be.
and you should go out and vote. And I'm not telling you who to vote for, just like I'm not telling you whether it's better to have passion or compassion. I just want to help you identify the difference. One is for you, and the other one is for the rest of us. Now, you either got passion for your desires and things you want to grab onto, or you have a compassion.
909.
Okay? I'm going to take this break. We'll be right back.
792-5222.
I want to hear what you got to say. For sure.
For sure. I want to hear what people have to say, because, you're dealing with a subject that's very sensitive. We're already on break, right? Because, we can't hear ourselves. We on break? Okay, good.
We are not on break?
Oh, we not on break. Oh, Lord, help me.
I just asked for it.
We going to break. Can we
Yeah,
go to
you're
break? Yes. We can't hear ourselves in the studio.
KCAA 102.3 FM. KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Hey Ryan, do you have any beer in the fridge?
Nah, I thought you got some.
The game starts in 5 minutes.
And you drank the last beer at midnight on Friday.
I wish there was a place that delivered beer.
Yes, I'm Captain Crafted. I'm here to bring you beer. That's Captain, C-R-A-F-T''D. Why? Because there's no E, just a D, as in deliver, because Captain Crafted delivers.
That's right, the Crafted Beer Store in Redlands is now open for business with great prices and deliveries of your favorite beer, wine, spirits, water, ice, and mixers. Did I mention their great prices? That's CRAFTDBEER store.com or Fred Crafted Beer Store on Facebook.com. Make it easy. Google Redlands Beer Delivery. Look for Crafted Beer.
Crafted Beer Store in Redlands is now open for business, and I'm here to deliver.
Occasionally stressed and fatigued? Support energy and stress response with Quantum Nutrition Lab's stress support, B12, and adrenal support. Buy 2, get the third one free. Call 888-588-7578 or visit us online at qnlabs.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD, host of Healthline. Tune in and hear the latest breakthrough information for you and your family.
Why are you listening to this radio station? Why? When you can host your own radio show. You're listening and you think you can do better? You have a message or a product you want everyone to know about. Host your own radio show. Team up with the area's best radio professionals and let them make you sound like you should be on NBC. KCAA NBC Radio, that is. KCAA produces more than 50 local programs each week on subjects ranging from business and sports to political talk, vegan diets, or even marijuana-related issues. We don't just broadcast on the radio, we broadcast to the world. Online, on TV, on social media, on Facebook. You'll be all over. Imagine what your friends will say. And KCAA reaches over 5 million people on 3 radio stations. Join the staff on 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM. NBC Radio. Jump on the KCAA Express. Call 909-793-1065. That's 909-793-1065 and get ready to transmit.
All right, we are back. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. I'm here with Miss Tammy Martin Riles. She's riling things up. She's wanting to get you involved in the program. I have been pointing out the difference between, and also pointing out that I'm confused. I don't want you to think that just because I
Tell them what you're talking about, Riles.
loud that I'm in charge of this. I'm confused. I want to know why we as a nation are falling into this old racist an analysis of what's going on in our community. We've got Bill Cosby getting ready to go to jail because he was one of the highlights of the century, and women all over the world liked him. They watched him on TV, and they came to the Playboy Club to see him and hang out.
But they weren't raped, man. They wasn't drugged.
Some of them came up into his house with his wife there and did things.
Ooh.
Now, Bill was obviously, what they're saying is that he gave them drugs. Tammy is right in that women should not be subjected to rape, especially under the conditions of being incapacitated about drugs. I agree. I think they should not be raped either by being incapacitated by the strength of drugs or being infatuated by the strength of power. It's the same rape. And I'm confused, and I'm wondering why Bill Cosby is going to jail. Not that I'm wondering why he's going to jail. I'm wondering why he's going alone. Because he wasn't the only one. I mean...
Oh, he's not going alone?
No. Wait a minute. I'm speaking of the highest political authority and example setter in America. And that is our PG president.
You think we can get Bill Cosby on the phone?
I bet you he'd rather talk to us on the phone than talk to some other people who want to talk to him on the phone. Let me say this. I am not approving Bill's conduct.
Okay.
Because, see, I, like you, I don't see what a guy could get out of being with somebody who was dead. I mean, that's the same thing as being incapacitated. If that's your thrill, that's your thrill. I don't understand it. I can't say it. I can't say something's wrong with it, but it is not my thrill.
But let me ask you a question. If he was Hispanic, would this be a different story, or would we still talking about this?
It depends on whether we were in a Hispanic, if we were in Mexico, South America. Ask me this. Would it be okay if he had been Hispanic in Venezuela? It wouldn't even be an issue. Wouldn't even be a conversation. We just wouldn't even have a conversation about that. I don't know. Maybe it's my phone. I don't know.
Probably. We got a phone going on, but
somebody trying to call me instead of calling the station. Come on, guys. Call the station. Don't call me.
Well, let me give them the number again. The local number to call in is 909-792-5222. If you're not local, the number is 888-909-1050, and that is Empire Talks Back. We're waiting.
Don't get me confused. Don't get yourself confused or me more confused about Bill Cosby or President Trump, because both of those guys, I just use those two. They're not the only two, but I'll use them as the example, not to demonstrate anything except the racism that we're willing to use as we approach this issue of men's power over women. Why? Because Mr. PG President has endorsed Mr. Judge Kavanaugh as a justice, a Supreme Court justice. Mr. PG President is not, I think, an authentic person to discuss who's good to be around women or to make judgments that involve women. That's my concern. And that concern goes back to truth. I need truth. Because once I catch you in a lie, I can only wonder how many I missed you in or how many to expect. So if Mr. Kavanaugh cannot be different from Bill Cosby and President Trump and say, I have a friend who has documented that I got so drunk I threw up in the car. And when I was in high school, and I can remember having done that. There needs to be some times when I possibly got drunk and don't remember. So how can I have a reputation for getting drunk at parties and all of a sudden become an authority on what I did or didn't do while I was drunk? I'm with you. Let's investigate, but let's leave it open to possibilities that I did do something crazy.
Okay.
I apologize, and now I've learned through life that that's different. I need the truth. He ain't told me the truth. So with that, let's hear our first caller. Who is this?
Do you need the speakers on?
I don't know. Okay, I can't hear him in here. You got to turn him up.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, great. Well, I just want to make the comment. The only reason why Mr. Cosby was found guilty was because he was black. He was a minority. If he was white, he'd be running for president, and right now we'd be having hearings on him becoming the justice of the court. But he's black, so got to find him guilty. That's the only difference. Let's be honest.
Okay, that's the attitude that I have, the vision of view that I have. I'm hoping that I can find someone who disagrees with my vision enough to convince me that I'm wrong. And I appreciate your view, and I know you're not doing it just to get along with me. So let's see if there's someone. Go ahead.
I'm Hispanic. I'm Mexican. Also, the reason why they're targeting Hispanics, they're targeting people from Africa and all the Middle Eastern countries, is because we're not white. This is a racist country. Let's call it what it is.
Sorry, you guys, if you cannot hear the
Okay,
call,
now what's your solution, my friend? What is it that we need to do to erase some of this painful attitude?
We need to vote. We need to get involved socially in a peaceful movement.
Thank you.
That's it. We need to get involved. We need to empower our women. We need to empower our women. We need to come together. African Americans, Mexicans, all of us need to come together.
They need to come together. I've been saying that for the last 3 to 5 to 10 years.
Guess what? There's people in America who've been saying this since the beginning. And at the same time, there are people in America who've been saying the exact opposite since the beginning. So, my friend on the phone, what's your name?
My name is Roy.
Roy, you know, one of the things that we tend to do is that we talk to people who agree with us and we reinforce our thoughts with that. The object for us now has got to be to sit with people that we totally disagree with.
Yes.
And try to get to some common ground so that we can agree about some things and move forward. This thing of saying, okay, I'm X and you're Y, we got to fight. I agree with you. It's time for us to come together. But how we do it takes a strategy and not just an attitude. And I appreciate you very much. Miss Sammy, go ahead.
Let me include a comment, even while Raw is on the phone, it's fine. Melinda Clarkson said, our nationalities as a whole protect our own. The AA community struggle, the African American community struggle in this area. It's not about right or wrong. It's cover up and the mighty dollar.
All of those
also,
things.
I just want to end with one comment. There's only one race, the human race.
God bless you.
Yes.
God bless you, and He has blessed you if you have that attitude. And I'm hoping that you're making some babies so that they can be growing up with that attitude. Roy, thank you for your call.
Thank you so much, Roy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So here we are again. Truth. I'm saying racism is not a sin. The sin is not admitting that you have prejudices that are going further than your emotion. They're going and moving into your action and treatment of other people. We all have a favorite. Man, if everybody wanted the same piece of chicken, we'd be in trouble. Okay, so we have to be willing to, I'll eat the back. Eat the neck. Oh, Tammy, I'm sorry.
No, we're not eating chicken on my watch.
I'm sorry.
Big C, because that's why we
lettuce. Some people like the lettuce. Some people like the red pepper. Some people like the yellow pepper.
Thank you.
Okay. Some of us like to eat both of them.
Yes.
Okay. So all I'm saying is, your choice, your desire is your passion. But what you're willing to do, the attitude that you have, the sympathy, the pity that you have for other people's suffering and miscomforts. That's a description, I think, that moves us closer to how do we describe ourselves and prove to be civilized. If we're going to be civilized, if we're going to operate as a unit, we have to have some kind of consideration for everybody.
Well, let me stop you right there. And I agree with you 100%. And I see where you're going with this. And I think as a whole, especially in the African American community, we, and just like the last guy who was speaking, coming together to get things done and voting, we spend too much time, dividing ourselves. Wait a minute, let me finish this. We spend too much time at the table talking until we get one statement and we say where we're going to go with this and put action behind it. it. That's where the problem comes in. Because, see,
Doing that or not doing that?
Not doing that. And so,
Not, not setting an agenda?
No. Agenda is set. Ain't no problem with the agenda because we'll talk for 5 years and then.
But what's on that agenda to be talked about, I think has something to do with it.
No, I don't.
Okay,
I don't think it's what. I just think we talk and we talk and we talk and we talk. And then when it comes to action, nobody wants to step forward because it's all an agenda. It's all politics. If I step out, I'm not going to get my pockets filled. If I do this, I won't be able to run over here. Come on, Wallace. Let's
So
keep
now
it
we're
crystal
talking
clear.
about passion, what's good for me,
yes,
as opposed to compassion, what's good for
everybody.
Right.
And
okay, so now we're getting ready to do two things.
Okay.
One, we're getting ready to, and I use Mr. Kavanaugh because that's quick and it demonstrates the quickness that the Republican Party wants to utilize to get him seated is primarily just so that they could be sure that they have someone who is willing to lie, someone who has no compassion for others, and someone who does have a strong passion for his personal self. Now, that may be not everything that Kavanaugh is, but that's the one thing that they're sure of. Folks, as we get ready on November 6th to vote, my thoughts are, don't worry about Democrats and Republicans. Worry about the heart of the person that you're voting for.
There you have it.
I expect all of them to have passion for wanting to do something. And they should be able to describe what they have that passion to do. And you should listen and we should listen to their passionate expression of what they see for the future. Because in that passionate expression, there needs to be an underlying story of compassion. I need for you to be passionate about being compassionate.
Okay, but it needs to go a step further because I'm cool on talk because see it comes down to this. I need to know your past and I need to know what you have already done because if you're just stepping into a seat and I haven't seen you, you haven't been in a community and you saying that okay, I got this movement throughout me to go and run and then I haven't seen you work and do what you should have already been doing what you were doing before you came into the office. Anyway, so but the problem is, and I try to address this, is that I ain't never seen this person before. And then, or how about when they get in office, you don't see them, and when it's time to go run again, you see them again. Hello?
Okay.
Why you got time to come out while you running, but you don't have time to come out when? Come on now.
Two entities have a responsibility there, and I'm going to tell you who they are when we come back from this very, very important message.
All right. Boom.
Been fine.
Carpet Masters has been serving the Inland Empire for over 60 years. We are locally owned and operated by the Stevens family. We not only clean carpet and furniture, we clean many loose rugs, including Oriental rugs. Oriental rugs are cleaned in our modern facility where the fringes are cleaned by hand, then hung in our modern facility to dry. We do not use steam cleaning to clean your fine furniture. Furniture is cleaned by hand using the same absorption cleaning used in the White House. Some furniture we bring into our plant to clean properly. We normally use 2 men on each cleaning job using the extraction method. There is nothing that will clean carpet better for our customers. Our job is to clean properly with quality first. Google Carpet Masters San Bernardino and give us a call or go to carpetmasterssocal.com.
Hooters smoked wings are marinated overnight, then hickory smoked low and slow, with only half the calories, so you can eat twice as many. In fact, our smoked wings are so good, you might just come to Hooters for the food. Hooters!
It's time to celebrate at Hooters, where there's no such thing as a party of one. Hey guys, I'm Blair, your favorite bartender.
And I'm Taylor, from Hooters Riverside, Moreno Valley. And we're here to get your Mondays motivated.
With our great wings and delicious menu specials.
All you can eat Tuesdays and our 10-10 Wednesdays. Buy 10 and get 10 boneless wings free.
Check out our everyday for everybody. We love everyone, kids, moms, and cute grandpas too.
And come join us for our new late night happy hour.
From 9 p.m. to closing.
Because Hooters makes you happy.
Come to Hooters, where there's no such thing as a party of one. Located with the 60 and the 215 meet in Riverside, near Moreno Valley. For more info, Google Hooters Riverside.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
All right, this is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. We are talking with Ms. Tammy Martin Rouse. We're discussing the truth. We're discussing the difference between passion and compassion. Tammy asked a question earlier about what happens after you elect somebody. And my question is, follow up, what happens after you elect them? She said, what happens when you elect them and they don't do what they had promised to do? And then the next time you see them is when election process for the new election. My point is there's two entities involved. There's the one you elected and there's you. And once you elect them, you're not through. Mm-hmm. You know that you need to follow through. You can't elect them and then don't go to city council meetings. You can't elect them and just trust that the devil is not going to be able to come in and grab them and mislead them and take them in another direction. Yes. I say the devil, basically I'm talking about that evil thing that takes place when people get in power and, they start, what happens when they have power, they just feel like they can grab it as opposed to talk their way into something. So that's my stomp on it. I think we owe ourselves the responsibility of following through once we elect someone. We need to elect someone based on our vision that they are going to be helpful not to their personal self, but to the community that voted for them. I think that is the difference. And as you look forward you got election in San Bernardino for mayor. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but I am going to tell you that as you assess who to vote for, there will be a concern. You got to be concerned about how passionate these people are to be in office, how much they really want to be there. But the next question is, why do they want to be there? What are they going to do for you? What are they going to do for you and your community?
Because a lot of times it's just a stepping stone just to get a notch in their belt, just to say that they were in the position.
If you got potholes in your street.
Wow. Speak. Preach.
Okay? And you got somebody telling you not to let pot be sold in your neighborhood so that tax money could be raised to fix your street. Cool. Where are we going to get the money to fix my street? Because I do want my street fixed. Mm-hmm. So when you tell me you're against something that could bring some money into my area, tell me what you're going to do to replace that. Tell me how your morality is going to allow me to take care of it. Oh, you say it's a woman's choice, but at the same time you say we can't have abortion. I'm not saying what's right, but I am saying this, just like I told a friend the other day. He said, well, we got to have the death penalty. I said, cool. Are you willing to be the executioner? Well, yeah, I'll go higher. No. Are you willing to pull the trigger? Are you willing to stick the knife in him? Are you willing to stick the drugs in him to kill him? Not hire somebody. Are you, okay. He called back and lied and said he'd be willing to do it, and then I asked him another question, and well, that ain't what I meant. If you tell me that you are against abortion, then I need to see your behind line up to help take care of the children that are created in situations where there's nobody that's capable of taking care of them or wants to take care of them. Don't tell me everybody wants to take care of children, because I see you sit on your ass while the president separates babies from their mamas at the border and justify it just because they got a lot of melanin in their skin, in their body. So that's why I'm confused. I hear you about passion and compassion. And then you're willing to tell me damn near anything, but you won't get off your behind to go do it.
Or vote.
I'm not just talking about you folks, I'm talking to myself too.
Because it all goes down to voting, like Roy said. And if we all decide to get together, and I'm even thinking about what Melinda said, it's everything, but do we really want to do real talk? Do we really want to do real talk? Because, that means that we got to hold ourselves accountable in order to get truth and justice in other places. If you want some justice for Bill Cosby, or you want him to be treated fair in conjunction with the other people, that means that, maybe other laws and stuff, and even how we judge ourselves, we need to be real in order to set forth and even put some of these things in place.
You know, we talk about women's justice, this, that, and the other, and we talk about abuse and violence. Let's take a break. We need to take a break right now so that I get these commercials in. I don't want to. There it is. I got to pay.
You got to pay some bills.
Pay some bills. Okay. But when we come back, I want to talk about abuse and our stand against abuse, but how when a woman got abused and shot her husband.
I got you, but I got to get this number in.
Okay, get the number.
Y'all need to call in. If you're local, 909-792-5222. If you're not local, give us a call, 888-909-1050. We want to hear from you. Empire Talks back. Thank you.
Alrighty then.
You'll get it here at KCAA 102.3 FM Riverside.
KCAA, where every day is a great day.
News, weather, and talk from KCAA 102.3 FM, broadcasting to the Moreno Valley, Corona, and Riverside.
Hey Ryan, do you have any beer in the fridge?
Nah, I thought you got some.
The game starts in 5 minutes.
And you drank the last beer at midnight on Friday.
I wish there was a place that delivered beer.
Yes, I'm Captain Crafted. I'm here to bring you beer. That's Captain, C-R-A-F-T''D. Why? Because there's no E, just a D, as in deliver, because Captain Crafted delivers.
That's right, the Crafted Beer Store in Redlands is now open for business with great prices and deliveries of your favorite beer, wine, spirits, water, ice, and mixers. Did I mention their great prices? That's CRAFTDBEER store.com or Fred Crafted Beer Store on Facebook.com. Make it easy. Google Redlands Beer Delivery. Look for Crafted Beer.
Crafted Beer Store in Redlands is now open for business, and I'm here to deliver.
Hooters' new smoked wings are marinated overnight.
Then hickory smoked till they taste just right.
And with only half the calories, you can eat twice as many.
They're so good, you'll come to Hooters just for the food. Wait, this can't be right. Who wrote this?
Yeah, I thought people came here to hang out with us.
And to watch the game, and have a cold one.
Let's just stick to the script.
Sure.
Take two.
So come to Hooters for the smoked wings.
It's time to celebrate at Hooters, where there's no such thing as a party of one, and every day is twice the fun. Get your Mondays motivated with Hooters' new delicious smoked wings, or taste Hooters' mouth-watering menu all week long. Hooters, right in the middle of Canyon Crossing, where the 60 and the 215 meet in Riverside near Moreno Valley. For more info, it's 951-697-4668, or Google Hooters Moreno Valley. Open every day from 11 a.m. to midnight. Be forewarned, Hooters' new smoked wings have been found to be habit-forming.
So come to Hooters for the smoked wings.
Just don't tell Amber. She's kind of fragile.
I'm so tired of the buffering on my smartphone.
I'm so over it. Next.
Right? I am so over it. Next.
A radio? Next.
No buffering, just your favorite local radio station?
Next Radio uses the FM tuner that is already built into your phone, so you can listen to your favorite stations on the go. Because Next Radio uses the FM tuner already built into your smartphone, it saves on data and battery usage. When compared to streaming audio, Next Radio uses less than 1/10 of your data, and your battery will last 3 times longer. Next Radio, it's FM radio on your smartphone.
Introducing a radio inside your cell phone. Listen to all kinds of local radio stations, including KCAA 106.5 Yucaipa and 102.3 Riverside on Next Radio. Download the free Next Radio app today. 100% free, 100% fun, 0% buffering. Stop the buffer and listen to KCAA.
This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen with Tammy Martin Riles, riling things up. We got a post from Melinda.
Yes, let me read it.
And Charles, hang on. Whoever that's on the phone, hang on. Well, one of the things she's pointing out was that there was a law that was put in place after Mr. Cosby was charged that changed the statute of limitations on how long incident like this could be held back and reported. Mr. Trump evidently is ignoring that as he says, well, 37 years ago, you should have.
But now that the judge.
But he said that first, too, to protect himself.
Yes.
So Melinda is pointing out to us that Mr. Cosby is a victim of the Wilt Chamberlain rule. Wilt Chamberlain was so good at basketball, folks, that they raised the basket from 8 feet to 10 feet because of him. In the middle of his career.
Yeah.
Changed the rules in the middle of his career. Everybody else, when they change the rules in the middle of your movement, they call it, well, he's grandfathered in. Bill Cosby should be grandfathered in. They changed the law after the process. But anyway, the whole point that we're making is that fairness is going to be based on what you and I do from this point on. We have a caller. Let me see what's on his mind.
Hi. Yes, my name is James. How you doing?
James, okay. How we doing? Talk to us. What's your issue?
Well, I'm very distraught in what's happening in this country. Now, I did vote. I work in a professional organization. I work in the medical field. And when I was going out for higher level positions, it was based on my melanin that I didn't get the position. And actually, I was told because of my degrees that I've earned that I would not be able to, I wouldn't be a candidate. I was like overqualified. And I did everything I could. I reported it, to the equal opportunity. And one other thing she said to me was, why would I hire you if you are, I'm a nurse practitioner. And, to go up in the upper management, if you're a nurse practitioner, you can go anywhere you want. And I said to myself, because slavery ended 400 years ago, and I can use my degree towards anything I want to. And at this time, I choose management, upper management. I left the company, and I'm so happy where I'm at now, and I'm strictly being a provider. But the point I'm trying to make
James,
is,
let me interrupt you for a moment because we're running short on time and ask you one question. As you tell your story, do you feel that you're the only person these things have happened to?
Absolutely not.
Have you talked to other people who testified to the same degree?
I did, but this organization that I was working for is a big organization. And
I'm just asking that once again, since you feel that there are other people that this has happened to, and you've talked to other people that this has happened to, what do you think is a solution?
Well, we definitely need to get out there and vote. And actually.
Let me ask you this, James.
Wait.
No, I'm going to ask this very important question. Are you a voter?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are you concerned about your registration status? Because, when we get paranoid, it's a good thing to be paranoid all the way, I think. So I'm suggesting to everybody that, and James, I thank you for your call. We're going to have to move on.
Sure.
I think that everybody who's registered to vote and concerned about their voting status or the fact that there is a movement to suppress voters, I think you should call your voter registrar and verify that you're registered to vote. It's pretty simple. And you can do that. Or you could simply register again. It doesn't cause them any confusion. Be prepared, vote. That's going to be, that is going to be one of the routes that we have as a people to express our real passion for correctness, passion for justice, passion for equality by demonstrating compassion as we pick the person that we're voting for. The person that we're voting for needs to have some value for people. Ask them what do they feel about the homeless. If they give you some rough rod answer about those people should be covering themselves, blah, 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 you don't want that guy. Ask him about health care. Does he want health care? Is he concerned about making people who are without resources available to resources? What does he think about children who come to school hungry? What does he think about children?
We get it. We get it. Okay. But I think more than that, Wallace, is
more than that.
More than that. we have
Can I
to
have that at least?
Yes, but even more than that, we have to start creating these laws and having these our legislators, these people that we put in positions, have them now write those laws to be voted on. See, and that's the thing. It is we the people who come together and say this cannot happen. Then we put it all together. Then we make sure that they're going up to fight it at the local level, the state level, and then the federal level to get it put in. And so that means if we're putting these measures on the ballot, that means that we
need
should
to
be
follow
voting for something that we just asked them to push through. And this is how you make your people work for you.
That's right. And don't wait for them to do the work, because compassion does not necessarily wait for direction. I have an incident that my wife was telling me about as I left, about a school in New Jersey where a security guard doing his job told a young lady coming through, I have to inspect your backpack. Because, I'm security, I got to check your backpack. The girl said, I don't want you checking my backpack. You don't need to check the backpack. You know what he found?
What?
Dirty clothes.
Uh-huh.
A backpack full of dirty clothes. This child had no way to clean her clothes. You know what the security guard did?
What?
He opened up a laundromat for the kids.
That's what I'm talking about.
He created a means for not just that child, but for other children to get their clothes clean, to take care of kids who had a need. Ellen DeGeneres gave $50,000 to the program. That is done without any legislation. That's done simply from expressing compassion and reaching out. And when you see something that is wrong, you do something about it. Man, that's America. That's the America that I'm wanting to continue to live in, because that's the America we live in.
Yes,
there are tales that are told about us that are say hateful, but Mr. Trump, Mr. P.G. Trump, is not the American man. He is not the American man. And the men who have daughters, I tell you what, grab my daughter. I taught them how to use a newspaper to cut your throat. Now, if you get that close and grabbing on my daughter, she will cut your throat with a piece of paper, because I taught her how to do it. Now, you don't want to get there, then don't get there. That's my responsibility, but I gotta show passion and compassion. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. How much time do we have left there, my friend? We got a whole minute. Miss Tammy, tell us how you feel about voting and and what you're supposed to do.
Oh, I am enormously passionate.
Miss Tammy, let me take all of that back. You just got back from the Black Caucus in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
You are constantly demonstrating not just your concern, but your compassion. Did you take any children with you this time?
No.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't take them either. But the last time you did, you took Miss
Winter Menacey.
And since when you took her, she turned into an activist.
Oh,
Not
more than an activist. She's a leader.
She's
at.
I want to compliment and salute you for that.
Well, thank you.
Well, because as a school teacher, you have just as much reason to run the other way. Because I know we're not supporting you the way we should. And we're going to do better. This is Empire Talks Back. Tammy Martin Rouse, you riled things up today.
Well,
I appreciate it. We'll be back next week under two circumstances. One, if the good Lord's willing. Two, if the creek don't rise. God bless you guys. And get that swim stroke just in case the creek rises. I say that with a little compassion for my friends in South Carolina. God bless us all.
Thank you. All right.
1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
The song you are listening to has been passed down from one generation to another from our ancestors, whose call to teach and preserve our native culture is carried on today. We invite you and your family to join us in celebrating this legacy at California Native American Day on Friday, September 28th at 6 p.m. on the campus of Cal State San Bernardino. Enjoy an evening under the stars with California Indian people and experience traditional Native food, music, and the arts. This free family event is brought to you by the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians in Cal State San Bernardino. We look forward to seeing you.
This is Dick from Carpet Masters. Carpet Masters has been serving the Inland Empire for over 55 years. Carpet Masters uses extraction cleaning for your carpet because there's no better cleaning to remove the soil from your carpet. All of our furniture cleaning is done by hand in your home or in our plant. Carpet Masters also offers dry cleaning for fine furniture. Call Carpet Masters at 793-7215. That's 793-7215 for Carpet Masters.